Yo, yo, yo. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the Oddcast podcast.
Off the record.
I'm Blackie.
I'm Erica.
Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. Appreciate you. Hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend. I'm going to tell you right now, we have a person on the show today that her and I guess isn't like funny, but we fell in love with. It's a friend of ours from back in Dayton who is, we'll let him tell you a little bit about himself. Let's go ahead and bring him. Oh, if you could do us a favor before we get started, hit that thumbs up button. We'd greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and bring him on.
Yes.
The talented Norm Lilly.
Hey,
Look at
Norm.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that opening went hard, bro. I was sitting here like headbanging to the tune, dude. Awesome.
A friend of ours in chats made that for us. He's playing on all the AI stuff, and he sent us. He said he went into our Facebook pages and pulled some pictures out, and he knew I liked the bagpipe. So I said, "Well, I'm a metalhead, so let's go." And that's what he sent us. So
bagpipes and metal. If it's worked for Korn for 30 plus years.
There you go. Absolutely.
Point.
Absolutely.
Norm was a radio DJ in Dayton, Ohio, so you'll be able to hear it in his voice.
Yeah, he's also been he was part of a company that he doesn't like anymore. But we'll let Norm talk about that later. Norm, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your accomplishments?
So I'm 41. I like long walks on the beach.
Perfect.
No, man, I born and raised Dayton, Ohio. Let's see here. I kind of come from a pretty eclectic, wild family, to be honest with you. I mean, I think everybody kind of says that, but my dad was a very famous, like world famous bluegrass musician. My mom is a retired fire chief. Like,
wow.
So like, pretty
That's
broad.
amazing.
Spectrum. Yeah, my stepdad was a retired detective.
Wow.
Yes, I mean it's all over the place, right? Yeah, man. I mean, grew up here. My uncle worked. My mom's brother was a radio jock. That's how I got into radio. He was he was my idol, man. He was like my big brother. We were, fairly close in age. He was only, 15, 16 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So he was more like an older brother than an uncle.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be just like him.
Aww.
So that whole bring your son daughter to work day kind of thing. I did that with him when I was, I don't know, probably 7, 8 years old. And in Dayton, there was a jock in Dayton named John B. Mambulio, who's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. And I consider this like my first celebrity encounter, because I knew who he was when I was little. And I remember walking through the hallways in radio and my uncle and seeing B-Man, and he's like, hey, dude, look at me. I'm like, oh my God, that's freaking B-Man. Like, it was a huge deal. And I knew immediately that's what I wanted to do. I'm like, dude, I'm either going to be a rock star or a radio DJ. Mm-hmm. And I tried the rock star thing, hated it, and became, went to the same school my uncle went to, the International College of Broadcasting in Dayton. Doesn't exist anymore, but went to the same school he did and got in the business. And was pretty successful with it. I had a lot of personal struggles. I fumbled my career on multiple occasions with drugs and alcohol. Mm-hmm. Another one of my huge mentors in my life gave me way more opportunities than I deserved, and brought me back on more than one occasion. Yeah, and I mean, I did that up until 2018. Mm-hmm. I played music since I was a kid. I mean, as you can see, all this crap around me.
I love it. It looks.
Wait, that's not a green screen. I thought that was a green screen back
No. That's unfortunately a lot of money.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm going. Maybe I should have stayed on drugs. It was cheaper. But yeah, I mean, I've played music most of my life, man. I'm kind of one of those guys that I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. I can play just about any instrument, but I'm not really great at anything.
Yeah.
Get noise out of just about anything you hand me. you know, I'm not like Prince where I'm like a master at it or anything. I play about 3 chords on it and sing in Tom Petty. That's about as far as we could do Wonderwall on everything.
Stop. Oh my gosh, it's so funny because when we used to watch you in Dayton and y'all would do the cover songs, I can't remember which song it is right now, but I'm like, I've heard it on the radio several times since then. I'm like, man, I prefer their version of it. Like, it's better than the radio version.
You talk
Y'all
about
are
that,
so
that
entertaining.
rock, you talk about that rock band we did, Sons of Giants?
Yes. It was
That was a fun band, man. Those guys that's probably the most fun I've ever had playing music was with those 3 guys.
That's a great group of guys too. Yeah.
It was always awesome. It was like such great energy watching y'all.
So what type of music do you really like to play when you were playing? I mean, what's your favorite style?
Like if I'm like what I like to do myself?
Yeah.
Is completely opposite what anybody thinks. Like you look at me and and you see like, flame guitars and all this stuff, I'm a country boy. And when I say country, I don't mean tractor rap. I'm not talking about Jelly Roll and, I like old Jelly Roll. I don't like the crap that's on, this
I like
shit that's on now.
I like the country rap Jelly Roll. That's it for me.
Yeah,
I actually love that. The older Jelly Roll.
I don't mess with the tractor rap.
Gotcha.
I don't mess with that. I mess with like I got George Jones tattooed on me. Come on.
Yeah.
When country was country is what I call that.
Yeah, man. Give me 3 chords and the truth. That's all you need. Yeah.
Let me tell you this. People hear me talk and they assume I like country, but I don't.
Well, listen to you, girl. You're Briar as hell.
No, she's not. Don't even. She has the accent, but there ain't nothing Briar about her. I was more Briar than she was when I met her.
Well,
She had never been on a 4-wheeler. She'd never been on a lifted truck, mudding, nothing like that.
None of that.
Now she's done it all.
That's just not acceptable.
I know. I was already like at least early 30s before I did any of that.
Now I'm going to ask you something.
Sure.
I was told not to, but I think I should. I just saw a video you released.
Mm-hmm.
How did it feel doing that video? I don't want you to. Was it
my dad?
Yeah. I know because you said you always wanted to do that or to perform with him.
Yeah, I mean, so the people that don't know, I lost my dad. Dad passed away in 2020, and I, Dad being the big musician that he was not. He had his own way. He wouldn't teach me. He wouldn't teach. He just didn't work that way. He'd teach everybody else. But he wouldn't teach, if you want to learn, you got to do it like I did, kid. You got to figure it out. And that was just his way. At the time, it'd make you angry, break your heart. But, and I've just accepted it as what it is now. That was just Dad's way. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I had with Dad when Dad was dying in hospice, some of his bluegrass friends came to see him. And I get asked this stuff all the time, with his bluegrass buddies. Man, why don't you play bluegrass like your dad? And if you get to looking around and you Google my dad, his name is Mike Lilly. He ain't hard to find. And you ask around in the bluegrass circles of, best banjo players of all time. And I'm not saying this because he's my father. Me and my father were not very close. And we had a lot of heat with each other. Most people would put Dad in the top 3 greatest banjo players that ever played banjo. And when people ask me, why don't I play? And my response is, when your dad is the Jimi Hendrix of a genre, you'll pick a different genre.
Wow, I love that analogy.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, the last thing I want to be is compared to him, because I know that there is no way I will Yes, Mike Lilly. I know there's no way I'll ever be able to lace my dad's boots, and that's okay. And
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with that. You know,
Mhm.
I've accepted that. That's not a title I want a shot at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very proud of my dad and who my dad was and his legacy. And when I go to bluegrass festivals and people bring him up, man, I love your dad, and I hear stories. And when quick story, when he was dying, Steve Martin told me a story, like the comedian Steve Martin,
Oh wow.
who is a very accomplished banjo player.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
I heard a story about him, telling, like, dad showing him how to play one of his songs. And he's like, if I hung out with your dad and didn't learn shit, but if your dad never had a career as a banjo player, he would have been a great stand-up comedian.
Aw.
That's he was special. The only thing I had recorded with dad when he was dying in hospice, some of his bluegrass friends showed up with some instruments, and he couldn't play. His hands, he was real weak. His hands wouldn't work. And he handed me a guitar, and he goes, "Pick me something, boy." And I pull out a Merle Haggard song, and it's the worst song you could have picked.
Aw.
Like, I mean, it really, for like the man is on his deathbed, and I'm going to play "Sing Me Back Home" about dying in prison, and like,
Aw.
it's the worst song you could have picked. I'm like, that's the song you play.
Aw.
So, and in the boot, I don't really know how to play it. In the video, somebody, his buddy filmed it, and in the chorus, I hit dad's, I'm playing it. Dad starts singing with me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and I realize how special this moment is while it's happening. I'm like, this is going to be the only thing I have playing with dad.
Mhm.
And I'm like blown away, and he's singing with me. In the chorus, I hit a wrong chord, and the harmony's off, and he looks at me, and it's all the video. It's so funny. I watch it now,
Aw.
but that like stuck out in my head. That, man, out of all the years that we lost and all the opportunities we had, and you wasted it, and you never played with him, and that just, man, that bothered me. And the idea hit me that I'm like, man, if in 1989 Hank Williams Jr. can somehow use technology to play "Tear in My Beer" with his dad, there's got to be a way to do this. So I'm talking to my brother Tony Goff. Shout out to his band, I Died Trying. Let's go.
Oh, nice.
And Tony's an incredible guy. Tony Goff's been a light and a beacon in my life the last several years. Me and him are as thick as thieves, and he is one of the most talented people, not just musician, just general human being I think I've ever encountered in my life. That guy writes, records, makes videos. He's got a freaking new show he just started doing called Tony's Toys, where he's found all of his toys from when he was a kid from the 80s. Like his original toys from like 1985 and stuff, and he's doing a TV show about it. It's crazy. Anyway, so he's like, dude, we should record you and then take your dad's voice off of his recording and see if we can't try to make that work. And somehow we did. And it was last year on it would have been dad's 75th birthday. We played a show together at the Phoenix in Fairborn, and we performed it live. And that's the only time I'll ever do it. I'll never do it again.
Yes.
And we recorded it. It's on YouTube. It's on my YouTube page.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was super hard.
Yeah.
And it was, I bawl like a baby.
Aw.
The second I hit that harmony with dad, I'm like, bah! But, you try to get through it. And I'm proud of it, man. It turned out really well. There's a recorded version of it. It's on all your streaming stuff. It's on Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. It's called Just Once a Day. And it's a song that dad wrote in the 70s when his first wife, or as he called her, plaintiff number one,
Oh.
dad flew over to Paris to make a record in France and tour and play. And while he was there, she put a note in his banjo case that said, have a great time, and I'll miss you, and think of me just once a day. And when he got to Paris and he opened his banjo case up, here's this note: think of me just once a day.
Nice.
Well, there's a song.
Yes.
So he writes the song and puts it on his record. And when Dad passed away, I had the words to that. Those are on the back of his headstone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We have somebody who's normally in chat. His name is William Robinson. He said he knew Mike Lilly, great banjo guy. William is a retired oncologist, and he is in between New Orleans and Orange Beach. But he's retired, but he does play in a band around New Orleans.
Plays bass. Yep.
Hey, we got some of those. We got a couple basses around here.
And then somebody asked, any kin to Steve Lilly? Just kidding.
To Steve Lilly.
Okay. Then there was another
Roger's comment about it.
Oh, Roger. Okay, here. Roger said, I took my first guitar lesson here from Grady Martin. I had no clue he was a legend. Roger's hilarious. He's a funny guy. Let's see.
So, okay. So after music, are you guys still playing? Are you still playing anywhere? Or?
I've kind of backed off of it. Tony Golf of Slightly Gigantic. No, Tony Golf his band is called I Died Trying. He's had that band for 25 years. And it's been him. Originally, it was him and a couple other guys, but I think it's been over 10 years now. It is just him. It is a solo one man thing. It's him. He writes, records everything himself. Does all of his production himself, his music videos himself. And I mean, and it is quality stuff. Like if you look up his music's heavy. I mean, it's heavy stuff, but I mean, look him up on YouTube. You can find him everywhere. His videos and everything he does it's absolutely mind blowing how the hell he does all this by himself.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
That's awesome.
Writes it, records it, and then he's making videos.
Oh, wow.
And it's quality. Like it looks like some professional stuff you would see on television. Like everything he does. Yeah. Yeah. He's been a hell of an inspiration. And I mean, one of the, I don't know that Norm is sitting here if Tony Golf wasn't in my life. That's true.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. William said he just looked Tony up. Very cool, he says.
Yeah. And he's an incredibly good dude.
Very talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
I am about to say something. So Norm, we've been some places with you.
Couple.
Yeah. We've done a few things. One of the things I've always really looked up to you about is your Norm Productions. Now that I have the actual
the Norm Promotions.
For people in chat, one of the things we've gone to a couple shows Norm does is Norm promotes wrestlers, all kinds of people, but mostly wrestlers, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing I really get involved with. Yeah, is being a talent agent for WWE Hall of Famers.
So he's been up close and personal. He's introduced them to us. I think you introduced me one time to Kurt Angle as your brother, and I thought that was funny because he really thought I was your brother. But I mean, it's really neat. Norm acts like Norm, they're just family, and that's really neat. But you got any good stories there about these guys that you can tell?
Oh my God, a lot.
Maybe we should narrow down that question.
I know William in chat, the one that knew your dad, he is a huge wrestler. He does a wrestling show.
Oh, okay, cool.
Helps, and I'm not sure, William, tell us Talking Memphis Wrestling is one of his other podcasts. So they talk
Talking
about
Memphis wrestling. Hell yeah,
Yes.
dude. Let me get some Jerry Lawler in our life. Come on, brother. We get Jerry Lawler. Let me call old Jimmy Hart. We'll get the whole gang in there.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about some of those guys.
Man, how that all started is that in itself is a story, but I mean it really is. It's crazy. I mean we can get to that because that's coming, but God, I mean a good story, dude. I mean here's a good story for you, and you can if you're on TikTok, I have this video on my TikTok page. And you can get me on all my social media is easy to find me. I'm Norm Lilly on everything. Like
Norm Lilly or the Norm Lilly?
No, Norm Lilly.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing like my promotions company, the Norm Promotions, that's just the name of my promotions company. But TikTok, Terry Funk is perhaps my favorite dude. Terry Funk, bro. He's I unfortunately I don't. I never got to meet Terry. It's like one of the biggest things that I had an opportunity and I didn't take it. He's like the second biggest regret that I have that I didn't get a chance to be with Terry. But I've heard a lot of great things about Terry Funk. I mean, come on, dude. Who doesn't love Roadhouse? Come on.
Oh, that's funny.
Come on. And don't forget he was an Over the Top too, bro.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Mr. Cutler is talking to you. I'm through talking. Shoves him through the window. You know damn good and well the little last Stallone ain't throwing Terry Funk through the window. Ain't happening. I don't care how many times you turn your hat around like it's a switch. Ain't happening. That movie's so great. This is why you can't do shows with me though, bro. See how ADHD I am? You ask me a question. We're already on 3 topics.
Show.
Like we're on 3 topics, not even related to what the hell you asked me.
Hey, you're among the right people. That's what we do here.
I'm terrible, man. Knock, knock. Who's there? You want to ride bikes? Like it's just, it's horrible.
Hey, okay. Wrestling. When I was a little girl, I used to watch wrestling on Saturday mornings. And then as a teenager, I would watch WWF like Friday Night Live.
Yeah, Saturday night main event.
What's that?
Like Saturday night's main event?
I didn't really. I would watch Friday nights.
Okay.
But Saturday nights, not so much.
Okay.
But and then like maybe a little WWE. But it was mostly WWF. Like was it Jeff McMahon? What was the name?
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon. And
but he's going to be called Jeff McMahon from now on.
Huh?
But he's going to be called Jeff McMahon from now on because that's funny.
Okay. Vince McMahon. Yeah, when he was like, and all that stuff, really, I watched it with my brother, and it was just, I wasn't really into it a ton. But like Steve Austin, he was big back then, like popular, but I wasn't really into him. It was kind of annoying at the time, but like since then I've seen, him tell a story a little bit. I'm like, dang, I was wrong on that. Like, I'd like to know more about this guy,
We watched some show with Stone Cold, and it also had The Undertaker, and like their real life persona was completely different than their on stage. Same with Kane. I mean, Kane's a mayor right here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, the mayor is one of the nicest people you ever meet in your life.
Seems like it. Yeah.
Oh,
he is.
wow.
The mayor is an incredibly, incredibly good dude. But still hella intimidating. You get him in front of you.
Isn't he a giant?
I mean, yeah. I mean, in real life, the mayor's 6'7", 6'8". He's a big guy. Yeah, he's a big guy.
And if you've seen him in what was his movie? What was his horror? Yeah. So
what was it?
See No Evil.
See No Evil.
Oh, I don't know.
Which is pretty gory.
It was a good movie. It's a good horror movie.
I liked it.
Yeah.
So tell us how you got involved in all of that. That's where we started, and then we kind of went off the rails.
I think I started to tell you a story. You asked me if I had a good story. But yeah, I mean, I got stories galore. How I got started in it actually is from getting sober. So I'm a recovering alcoholic drug addict. I don't like cocaine. I just like the way it smells.
Stop.
I just hit 11 years clean and sober on June 11th last month.
Nice.
Norm. Nice.
Congratulations.
And about the time about the time the idea started, I overdosed when I was 29 because I was so ignorant. I didn't know cocaine could kill you. Till it did. Somewhere around that time period, growing up, I was a huge wrestling fan when I was a kid. I mean, I watched it all the time. My parents were so cool with me. Monday night, they knew I'm watching Monday Night Raw and Nitro and going back and forth. And my mom and dad, remember when Pizza Hut had the big New Yorker pizza?
Oh yeah.
Bro, they knew they could get me a big New Yorker, a 2-liter, and a pepperoni beef stick, bro. And they give me that on Monday night. They could leave and go out and hang out with their buddies or whatever the hell they were doing. And I wouldn't do anything. I would sit right there in the living room and I would watch wrestling. And when it was done at 11:10, 11:15, because it would run over back in a little bit. And the second it was done, I'd go to bed and go to school. And they knew they didn't have to worry about me.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they were so supportive of that. And and I had the t-shirts, DX suck it and getting kicked out of school for wearing, saying suck it. I mean, I don't know how the hell my mom didn't kill me for more of the reasons than just that. But yeah, I mean, around that time, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I got to get off this shit. And I didn't know how I could. I didn't know if I could. I started seeing these videos, and growing up, I loved the, Razor Ramon was my guy. I loved Razor. I loved Jake. I started seeing these videos of, Jake and Scott at Diamond Dallas Page's house and like them getting help. And I knew that those guys are like, they're two of the biggest guys in the history of the business as far as superstars go, but they're also known as like two of the biggest screw ups in the history of the business too, with their demons and drug and alcohol problems. But I started seeing these videos and something started to click, man. And I'm like, if those guys can do this, there's got to be a way. There's just got to be a way. And I can remember watching them go in the Hall of Fame at the same time in 2014. And I'm watching that happen. And I'm literally watching it happen. I got a couple lines of baking powder on the coffee table and I'm drinking a few beers and Jaeger bombs. And I'll never forget this. And Scott Hall gives his speech and he's emotional as hell. And he says, hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. I literally have it tattooed with him on the back of my arm.
Wow.
And something clicked with me and I kind of fell apart. And that was like when the idea was like, there's a way to do this. It wasn't long after that. I was at a concert and I'm hungover as hell. And I'm about halfway through a beer and every sip is just going down like a box of tacks. And I'm like, and about halfway through this beer, I don't know what happened, but it was like 15 years of my life went. Whew. And I remember I kind of half-assed fell apart in the middle of this concert. And I said out loud, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And I threw the beer in the trash. And that was 9:32 p.m., June 11, 2015. Wow. And I haven't touched anything since. Oh, I don't recommend anybody doing that because if you're an alcoholic, most people don't know that alcohol withdrawal is the only withdrawal that can kill you.
Wow.
And as much as I drank, I was a very heavy drinker. I drank a 1.5 liters of Jägermeister every day and a case of beer every day and roughly 3, 4, 5 grams of cocaine. And then we're going to go to the bar. I thought I was just having fun.
Oh,
Yeah, it was fun till it wasn't.
Right.
yes. Well, I'm
So-
so glad you're here to tell us. You're here, and
Yeah. So I mean,
You
You're
know.
you're
that
you're one
happened.
of those people that's helped change our lives. Meeting
Man,
you has done world for us.
I appreciate that, man. That kind of evolved. It wasn't long after I got sober. I kind of had this mission, I'm like, and I really started watching all those videos with Dallas and Scott and Jake, and it really helped me, because man, when you first decide to quit, and I did it really stupid too. I was playing in a band still, and I quit on a Tuesday, and that Friday I'm playing in a bar. I stayed in the lion's den. I didn't get out of it. I stayed in it, and it's in my face. And I'm walking into the bar, and there's a Bud Light and a Jaeger bomb waiting for me. And I'm good. And you sure, Norm? Yeah, and everybody's buying me shots. And when I got done playing that night, there's about 15 shots sitting in front of me. And I mean, I'll never forget that. I'm good. And every day I'm watching those videos with the guys, and in that movie, The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts came out. And if you haven't seen that film, it's that story of Jake getting sober and Scott getting sober with Dallas. That changed everything for me. I kind of set me on a path to where I'm like, I have got to meet these guys. I was still working in radio at the time. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but wherever I'm at my sobriety journey, I'm going to tell them my story and thank them and give them my coin, and thank them for saving my life. I met Jake first, and I met Jake in September of 2016, and Jake will do these shows where he comes to comedy clubs. It's not really like stand up. It's him telling road stories. And Jake is a freaking hoot, bro. I mean, hoot. And he's very rated R. Very rated R. So I knew he was coming to the Dayton Funny Bone, and I pulled every string I had. I wanted to help promote his show and help him, and make his show and his experience in Dayton as big as possible. But I wanted my moment with him. So I pull every string I have to get him to the studio. And I got a couple of my buddies. My buddy Matt comes with me. My brother Josh comes with me. And man, we do this incredible, about an hour and 20-minute interview. And we're talking about stuff. And Jake's only a couple years sober at this point. So things are still pretty fresh for him. And I'm just over a year. And he comes around, and if you've never met Jake the Snake Roberts, when you see him in person, he's a hell of a lot bigger than you think he is.
Yeah.
And in me, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2" and about 370 pounds right now. I'm getting better. I'm losing some weight.
But hey, you're at the gym now. You're at the gym.
Yeah, I'm going to the gym. I was 420 pounds 2 months ago, so we're on our way, bro.
Nice.
But then Jake's probably 6'6", flat-footed. I mean, he is big as hell. He comes around. And forgive me here. I usually fall apart telling the story, so if I do, forgive me. He comes around the booth and he's in front of me, and when he's in front of me, even as tall as I am, I'm looking up at him, and I look at him and I tell him, because his story and my story are very similar. Just his is on a global level, whereas mine's on a local level. I screwed up my radio career several times, and so I got him in front of me, and I tell him, how bad I screwed up with drugs and alcohol, and how many people I hurt and I shit on, and I didn't mean to, and how many people who give a shit about me and love me and gave me opportunity after opportunity, and I screwed it up, and I screwed it up, and I came back and I kind of redeemed myself and I was fine until I grabbed the coin in my pocket and I crumbled like I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And I pull it out and I give it to him and I go, dude, I wouldn't have this and I wouldn't be here without you. And thank you for saving my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize the words and the weight of what I said to him when I said it. And I'll never forget this, man. And everybody in the studio is just bawling. Like we're all bawling. And Jake and he's got this real raspy voice and he goes, wow. And he kind of grabs me by the back of my neck and pulls my face into his face. And he goes, if you ever fall down, I want to be your first phone call. And we swapped phone numbers. And that was way more than I wanted. And we go to the show that night and he gives me this hug and he tells me he's proud of me, he loves me. And I'm, and it was just, it's your childhood hero. It's this huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this great experience at the show. It was awesome. Next night, my phone rings. I look down. You have an incoming phone call from Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh.
My inner 8-year-old does a backflip. And I'm like, all right, be cool. Hello? And he goes, hey, bro, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, nothing, man. What's going on? He's like, I'm in Cincinnati. Come hang out. And I go down to Cincinnati and I hang out with him for another show and we had a blast. And then that kind of turned into any time he got up around me, he would call me for when he was at events and stuff. And I would go hang out with him. Me working in radio, he would do like Comic-Con appearances and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how to work a table. I'm not just going to sit there. So I help him do his table and run his table for him. Well, that kind of turned in organically to people going, you're the guy that's always with Jake the Snake Roberts. Yeah. They're like, can you get him for a show? I don't know. Jake, you want to do this show? Book it. Whatever the hell that means. Okay. And then that organically turned into, can you get anybody else? And from doing all these shows with Jake, you start rubbing elbows with a bunch of the other boys, and the boys see you run around with Jake, and then the other boys start seeing you run around with all the other boys. And then the next thing you know, I have the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and the freaking Godfather at my parents' house for dinner.
Oh, God.
That's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food.
Dude, Dad was like, we're going to have to reinforce the floor.
Anywhere Mark Henry walks in, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, between the four of us, you got 1,200 pounds. I mean, and all that happened organically. And I'm, most of those guys and gals over the last 10 years, I've been fortunate enough to meet all of my childhood heroes, damn near all of them. Most of them I can say, have become friends. When my daughter died, Kevin Nash was the first freaking guy to call me. His son Tristan passed away. And I'm like, dude, I reach out to him. I'm like, hey, buddy, I need you. And he's out on a boat and he goes, what's going on? Are you okay? I'm like, I lost my kid today. And he goes, I'm on my way in. Give me 10 minutes. He stopped doing what he was doing, called me, talked to me for 4 hours on the phone. He didn't have to do that.
Oh, yeah. That's
you know
amazing.
What I mean? I don't take it for granted, and a lot of people, I feel very fortunate to be in the position I am and to have these people in my life. And I call them my friend. But at the end of the day, they're just people too. Right. They just have a way cooler job than we do.
We feel that way about the people in our chat, the people that we've met in the Bigfoot community. It's like something just drew us together is how I feel. It's the coolest people, really that we know. And there are several of them that take it a step further. You just have such a connection with some of these people. And it's like, I don't know how I got here, but I'm so glad that I'm here right now.
Well, I always believe that, everything happens for a reason. And for us going to a conference one Friday night, she says, hey, they're having a wild man conference in my old hometown. Would you want to go? It's a 2-hour drive. And at first I was like, but I've always been into the Bigfoot scene and the UFOs. Always loved that, So we went, and from there we met Roger, who was in chat, Squatch and Holler, and all these other great people, Greg House, all these people. And it was like, it changed. We moved to Tennessee without really it was move to Tennessee, try to live off the grid as best as we can where we moved, and go from there. But we were able to meet these people. We've learned from these people. We've, I'm in this group. I don't want to say these people. It makes it sound like I'm talking about aliens or something. But we've learned from them, and they've generally, when you go to a meet and greet, of 120, 130 people, you feel like you're all family. And that's what you're, with when you talk about, Jake the Snake or Diamond Dallas, you can literally tell that these are your people. These are, family,
Yeah. Hell, when I talk to them, they 90% of the time they don't even deplorables. Let's go. 90% of the time they don't ask me how I'm doing first. They go, "How's mom?"
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Here's a good story for you. And I have a video of this on my TikTok page. So I got the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry, and The Godfather at my parents' for dinner. And Mark Henry is sitting there, and mom's got the good china out. We just finished up eating dinner, and Mark Henry goes, "Hey, do you have a couple of like hand towels?" And mom's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can I see a couple of them?" And he's like, "Sure." No clue what he's doing. Like, what the hell do you want a couple hand towels for? And he picks up a spoon and he goes, "Can I keep this?" She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you sure?" "Yeah." "You're not getting it back." Or he's like, or that's not what he said. I think he said, he's like, "It's not going to come back. You're not getting it back the same condition." I think that's what he said. Something along those lines. So in the video, I start recording him because I know what he's going to do because I've seen him do it. So this is like a legit silver spoon. And Mark Henry, if you don't know who Mark Henry is, Mark Henry, I think still holds the record for like combined lifts for like, I think it's bench, deadlift, and squat, natural and drug tested environment. It's like 2,800 pounds or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, real quick, I told a story last week about me running into The Rock, D'Lo Brown, and Mark Henry at a Hooters.
Okay, tell him about after he's done.
Okay, go ahead with your story, and then I'll finish. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So we, but yeah, so Mark, Mark is, he legitimately, he was an Olympic, power lifter, got signed to WWE. And his claim was to be the world's strongest man, but all these guys were saying that he wasn't because he had never won it. And he told Vince, "Listen, I need to go. I know you just signed me, but I need to go win. I need to go do this to prove to these people that I am the world's strongest man." And Vince told him, like, "Listen, I'll let you go do this, but there's no place in WWE for the second world's strongest man." Meaning, I'll let you go do it, but if you lose, you don't have a job.
Wow.
So Mark goes to the Arnold Classic
Mm-hmm.
and he won it. And legitimately wins the world's strongest man. Like, so legitimate. So here he is at my mom's freaking dinner table, grabs this spoon, wraps it up, and grabs it and cranks it and puts a perfect spiral up it.
Oh, wow.
And so hands it to my mom and goes, "Here you go, you can keep that." And signs this autograph for my mom and my dad that says, "To Nova and Jim, I enjoyed spooning with you." The world's strongest man, Mark.
Awesome.
So that's like real nice, professionally framed on their wall in the living room now.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So So I met, like I said, Rock. It was Nation of Domination minus
Yeah, man.
Farouk. Minus Farouk.
Ron
were-
Simmons, yeah.
And we were in Cincinnati. Went to a buddy of mine and I went to a Cyclones hockey game. Anyway, we go. Apparently, the WWE was going to be there the next night. So we're at Hooters. I don't even see these guys. And I kept getting my chair bumped. And this is back when I was a little bit of a rougher character, like to fight a lot. And I'm like getting pissed off. I'm like, oh. And my buddy sees who it is. And I'm like, this is pissing me off. So I turn around and I look, I'm like, uh-oh. And Mark stands up so nice. He's like, I'm so sorry. You know, I'm like, how could you not bump into me? You are way too close. You're like 6 feet apart, but you're still too close because you're so big. But I tell everybody that's the first time I met, and his legs had to be, his
Mark
thighs every bit that big.
Mark was big.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Hey,
He's still a big guy.
side note about weightlifting. When I used to lift weights, I thought that deadlift was the most pointless of all. I dreaded those.
I love deadlifting.
Oh,
I just started back in the gym like 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
I go every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like deadlifts.
I don't like squatting.
Oh,
My
I
big
like
ass don't like-
I like
my big
using
ass
the
don't like
machine.
squatting.
Every time I'd squat, I felt like I was going to poop myself.
I
Yeah.
like. Well,
Yeah.
I did a lot of leg lifts. Leg lifts?
I have no idea what you're talking
Leg
about.
extensions.
No. Anyway,
Calf raises?
calf raises.
Yes.
I
Just,
have probably the biggest calf muscles of any female I know.
Yeah,
It's just a thing. And but when I used to do them, I can't believe I would do them like as part of a workout because I didn't need to. But it would just burn. It burned so much. Oh,
Yeah.
not fun.
yeah.
Dude, did you see? Do you remember the wrestler from? And he's still wrestling in AEW, but probably his most famous era for him was when he was in Degeneration X, and he's one half of the tag team of the New Age Outlaws. His name was the Badass Billy Gunn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him now?
Now, is he ripped?
Billy Gunn is a unit. Like, the man is in his, he's in his early 60s, dude.
Oh, dang.
Google that guy. It is not okay. Like, for real. Same thing with Bear. Yep.
It is not
bro.
okay.
Like, I'm serious. Like, if you look at, if there's side by comparisons, and I'm friends with Billy, and he's another incredibly good dude. Him and his wife Paula, she's a freaking sweetheart. If you look at pictures of Billy Gunn from the Attitude Era in like 99, he's in good shape and he looks good. Dude, no. You walk up to Billy Gunn now, you couldn't pinch him. Like that dude, I'm serious. He is carved out of wood.
Dang.
And then Bear, Godfather. If you hear me say Bear, that's what I'm talking about, the Godfather. He posted a picture the other day too. Bear's in his mid 60s. And dude, he's 240, just jacked as hell. I'm like, I commented on his picture. I was like, bro, are you training for SummerSlam? Like, you look like you're about ready to do a freaking run-in, dude. He's like, hell no, I ain't doing no damn run-in. I'm too old. Like, well, you don't look it, bro. Some of these guys are, still in just incredible shape. Like Ron Simmons, bro. He's still, Ron is there's only a couple of those guys you'll get around where they command respect. Like all the boys, Ron is one of them. When you get around Ron Simmons, bro, you are under the learning tree at all times. And he's an incredibly, incredibly nice man and funny as hell. And that big ass deep voice. I give him shit all the time because I have this voice. So I'll be at a con or something. I'll walk up to him and I'll be across, a little ways away. But I'll be like, man, that's Ron Simmons. And he'll hear me do that across the way. And he'll be like, there's Norm Lilly around here somewhere. Because I'm the only person that can, he feels like I'm the only person that can do an impression of him like that. He's
so cool.
he's great, man. You get him and JBL. JBL's another incredibly good dude too. He's big Texan, man, wearing that big ass hat, and oh my God, man. I've been out to dinner with those guys a few times. You want to talk about stories?
I bet.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. How some of them guys aren't dead, from
Yeah.
the dumb shit they do with each other on the road is incredible.
Oh wow.
Let's see, is there anything in here? Okay, so you and I talked a little bit before the show, and we might have you back someday to talk about this more. But Norm is, I don't know if you can tell, Norm's a geek. I know this because I'm a geek as well. We both try to put off the persona that we're,
I try to be cool.
Yeah, we try to be cool, but
fail miserably.
I discussed with Norm that, we were part of, the Bigfoot group, and Norm's like, hey, I'll talk all day about Bigfoot.
Bro, come on, grass man, dude.
Yeah. So again, that's how we got associated with all these groups. We're Bigfoot, UFO, paranormal. And, yeah. I need to tell us. Oh, okay.
Hold up.
Yep.
Before we get started on this, I totally forgot to do this. So we got to call Eric out for changing her shirt before we got on the air.
I did.
You want to know how stupid I am? Like, this is next level stupid.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I changed my shirt and I put on cologne for this.
Well, you smell divine. Wait.
I love it.
Oh, you smell good.
Love
So
it.
just so y'all know, I smell great. I smell great. I was sitting in my room. I was like, man, I'm gonna put on represent my brother in my I Died Trying shirt. And I was like, I'm like, what are you doing, you dumbass?
Well,
I swear to God.
I think I'm flattered that you got, put some cologne on for us. And
dude, I put on 27 cents of Stink Pretty just for you.
God.
Okay, Norm, what do you think about Bigfoot? What do you think? What's your opinion?
Real. Absolutely real. No way it's not.
Have you ever seen anything or heard anything or just?
I haven't. I haven't. I want to so bad. I would love to experience that. Like, when you see like the TV shows, caught on camera and that stuff, every time those are on, the ones that get me the most, I love a lot of the ghost ones, poltergeist stuff. I love that kind of thing. Most of those I can pick apart pretty quick. But every single time there's anything cryptid with Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, I'm fast forwarding to that. Like, I want to see that. And honestly, you know what I think started that for me is Harry and the Hendersons.
Well, I think that started it for a lot of people.
That movie, I love that movie so much. When I was a little kid, I'm like, and that's just, I wanted to I think in my heart, I still just want it to be that. I just want a Harry in my life.
Whoa.
I can tell you right now, Norm, there's quite a few people in this chat. Well, BMO Creative says, be careful what you wish for. The people that have run into these face to face, and that they will tell you that it's not something you want to do. Now, they say that to me as well, but I'm still to the point, like, do I really, I'm like, do I want to run into one? Or I always say from a distance, it would be great, Yeah,
I don't know that I want to be like, I don't think I would want like a face to face. I think, honestly, I think that would scare the shit out of me if that really happened. From a distance. I mean, and hell now, with most smartphones, I mean, God, with some of these Samsung phones with that zoom on 100 zoom, man, is pretty incredible. But just close enough to where I'm like, you're close enough to where I can see it and I know with my own eyes.
right.
You know what I mean? Not far enough away where I'm like, is it? Where it's questionable. Close enough to where I'm like, that is it, dude.
Yeah.
But far enough away to go, we're okay.
We actually,
I think that's where I would like to be.
there's a
I don't
couple
want to come
people.
around a corner on a trail and there's a freaking Sasquatch in front of me. I don't think I want to live that life.
Yeah, there's a couple people in chat that have them living on their property, and they'll tell you about the eye shine. They'll tell you about the tree knocks. They'll tell you about things looking in their windows, tapping on their walls. I was like you. For me, it was Harry and the Hendersons, and the Patterson Gimlin film back when we were kids. Well, I
Didn't
was
it just prove didn't it just say that was bullshit?
Well, they tried.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't anger the people in chat over that. That was a
Well,
big thing.
I'd heard that, so I'm not. Forgive me.
They tried.
I'm a little
You're
ignorant.
good.
They tried to use that movie to dispel everything, but there's been too many other people that have been a part of it. They know, and even family members have admitted. One or two of them have admitted that it was real. So, it doesn't matter. And it's like I said in one of the chats that we were in, that it doesn't matter because there's so many people that I've interviewed, that all these other Bigfoot podcasts have interviewed, that will tell you it's real. We've seen it. So, you and I probably grew up thinking it was in Washington State or it was in Oregon, that there was one.
Yeah.
Well, then to find out they literally live everywhere. Ohio is a huge hotbed for it. Alabama.
There was a thing I saw not too long ago. There's a and the name of the Facebook group is escaping me right now. And I mean, it was just a month or two ago that somebody in Ohio found footprints.
Yep.
Hey Norm, have you ever been to what is that called? The Serpent Mound. Have you been there?
Absolutely, Miamisburg, Ohio. That's where I'm originally from.
No, not mine.
That's one.
Yeah.
But this other one is like in Adams County.
I've heard of that one. I haven't been there.
Okay.
You should check that out.
Yeah, the one in Miamisburg. I literally grew up there. Like we did field trips there when I was in elementary school.
Yeah. What's that one museum in Miamisburg? We never went to that. Like Cold War Museum or something. Have you been there?
I haven't been there, but I know what you're talking. Something like that. Yeah.
We never went there either, but we saw the sign for it and we talked about it, but just never did it.
This is the closest to Sasquatch I think I've ever gotten.
That's Nor. That's awesome.
Those are two of my brothers, Mark Gow and George Miller, and they are gigantic, as you can tell.
Is that their real height?
Yeah, like Mark is. Sorry, my camera keeps trying to adjust. Yeah, they're both like 7 footer plus.
Oh my gosh!
And yeah, like Mark is he is like endorsed by Lucasfilms and Star Wars. He dresses up as Darth Vader and does like Comic-Cons and like is endorsed by them to do it. And George, they both dress up as Wookiees, and you'll see him at like all the big Comic-Cons dressed up as Wookiees and stuff. Yeah,
that's neat.
And when you get next to them, dude, you'll feel small.
Every time I hear Wookiee, I think of Bloodhound Gang.
Oh yeah. Like,
oh my gosh.
I'm over here scratching my neck looking like that crackhead character on the Chappelle Show.
Yes.
Was it Clayton Biggins?
No.
Tyrone Biggins. Tyrone Biggins.
Tyrone Biggins, yeah. I got some crack rock still, Rogan.
You know what though? When I would work out and you're like leg day, I'm like, I still gotta walk to my car after I'm done. But I'd be like so sore, and then especially the next day, I'd be like, my legs is like linguine. Chappelle Show. Like just limp. Don't make me move.
I miss the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That's what. So most people, people in the chat and on the show, where I live, not far from me, Dave Chappelle lives really close to me, and you see him around town all the time.
Yellow Springs, yep.
In Yellow Springs, yeah. We see Dave often.
He's just a normal guy. I mean, he goes out and about and does everything. And
yeah, I mean, I've when you live here, man, seeing Dave is not. It's not like, oh my God, it's Dave. He's a person. You know, he is very protected here. If you're in Yellow Springs a very different town.
Oh yeah.
It's a little hippie town, man. It's off the
Mhm.
grid. It's just its own little thing. And Dave is an incredibly nice guy. I mean, I've had some hellaciously great experiences with him over the years in radio. And there's a little comedy club in downtown Dayton called Wiley's. That used to be downstairs attached to the iHeart building. We did a bunch of shows with him there over the years. I mean, he's always so great. I tell everybody, like, if you ever see Dave, he will be the nicest guy in the world to you. Don't ask him for a picture. Don't ask him for an autograph. Treat him like a person, and he'll be the greatest guy in the world to you. Just treat him like a person. Don't be a dick, and don't treat him like a freaking celebrity.
Yeah.
That's how you should really be with all of them. I mean,
yeah, man.
I have a question for you, Norm.
Man, I almost said that joke.
Why?
Oh, man.
Why? What do you think it is? What?
I'm sorry.
What?
Oh my God. Woo. Thank God I didn't do that.
What?
There's a Kevin Nash joke he says on his podcast. He says 11 soft all the time. So whenever anybody says, hey, I got a question for, I'll go 11 soft. I'm sorry.
I put that we will probably talk about anything, but
yeah, there's nothing off the table.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's nothing off the table.
It's not a serious question, but in your opinion, what do you think it is about people? Why do they get starstruck? What's that all about?
Why, man, that's a damn good question. Why do people? Because I mean, I've been starstruck. I mean, I think when you meet somebody that has such an impact on you, that, I mean, it becomes an emotional, spiritual experience. Some people, it's a bigger thing than,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's some people get a little more into the star, or there's my radio edit.
Yeah.
A little more into that. Yeah, versus starstruck. I mean, one off the top of my head, and there's a singer-songwriter named Chris Knight. A lot of people don't know who he is. For me, he's a huge deal. The first time I met him was emotional. I was a mess. I remember very vividly being 12 years old. I'd get up in the morning for school, and I would eat a bowl of cereal waiting on the bus, and I would watch CMT and MTV and VH1, watching all the music videos in the morning waiting on the bus. And there was a music video that came on from Chris Knight, and the song was "It Ain't Easy Being Me," and something clicked, and I was like, I want to do that. And that song is like my theme song through and through. Every word to that song is me. And fast forward 20 plus years later, he's doing a show here in Dayton, and I got to open for him. And after the show's over, I have a video. Somebody was nice enough to do this. I sat down on the stage, played his guitar, played that song for him on his guitar, and told him what it meant for me and what that did for me. It's one of the biggest moments. It's like one of the biggest moments of my life.
Wow.
And I was a mess telling it too. I was like falling apart like a big baby.
I mean, seriously, you just telling me that right now. It's like the courage that would take anybody to do that. That is, I mean, really mind blowing. Like that's awesome.
It's your moment. You're gonna take it, or you're gonna let it go by.
That's a very good point.
I do a lot. I've made a lot of really crazy decisions in my life based on, is this going to make a good story?
It sounds like you're making the better stories the older you get. The good stories were when yeah.
I mean, there's several from my 20s where I was like, is this going to make a good story? That are really good stories that we can't tell on this show.
Right.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that's a little different for everybody, you know? I mean, some people don't care.
Right.
Like for example, my grandma is one of the most badass human beings in the history of recorded history. So her birthday's next month, and I think she'll be 85. And you'd never guess it. This woman drives a Chevrolet pickup truck that is clean as it is. 20 years old, dude. This thing still has a freaking stickers on the backing plates on the brakes. It still looks brand new. And you know, listens to freaking rock and heavy metal. Mows the grass with a loaded 38 on her hip. like she's a badass, dude. So back in the day when my uncle was in radio up here, she's a huge Jackal fan.
Okay.
So Jackal comes to town.
Interesting.
Yeah. So she asked my uncle, she goes, hey, you know, will you take me to Jackal? My uncle's like, I'm not taking you to Jackal. Well, she tells me this story, and I go, if Jackal ever comes around town, I will absolutely take you to Jackal. I know that, you know, one of my mentors and childhood heroes, John B. Manbulio, is really good friends with Jesse James Dupree from Jackal.
Yes, he is.
So fast forward, Jackal comes to Dayton. I call Grandma. Hey, kid, we'll go see Jackal. So Jesse is doing a bottle signing with his whiskey before the show at a spirits place, and that gig, Grandma didn't feel real well, so she didn't make the show, but it still took her to the bottle signing, and we got this great picture, me and Grandma with our bottle of whiskey with Jesse James Dupree. You know, she loves Jackal, loves Jackal. Just another day, her. Oh, hey Jesse, sign my bottle. You know, wasn't starstruck. You know, just, and that's a classic example. Some people are just whatever.
Yeah, that's great.
A couple years later, they came back to town. We got Grandma at a Jackal show, and it was awesome.
Aww, that's the best.
Yeah, we got Grandma at the bar headbanging. I stand low today. Yeah, it was bad.
I love it.
One of the highlights of my life, headbanging at a Jackal show with my grandma.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you met any stars
I've met a few
that you like? Oh
yeah, I pretty much I can't say anything. However, I have gotten way more comfortable with myself and everybody else the last several years. So
yeah,
I think I could carry on a normal, like, everyday conversation with anybody. But
they're just people.
Yeah.
They're just people who just got a cooler job than we do.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, I was talking with somebody and they were, you know, I told them, I was like, I'm not a big name dropper. I played hockey. I played with guys in the NHL, but it was just, you know, just that they were my buddies. You know, it's not like, oh, I knew, and that was a big deal with me. These guys were my friends. So it was a whole different, I felt a whole lot differently than having somebody that I would drop the names of all the time. Sort of like you are with the wrestlers. If I wouldn't have asked you, you wouldn't have said a thing, but only because I know your history, you know, with everybody, that it's a big deal. Now they're family. They come to your house. It's a whole different thing. I know I've often thought about who would I ever want to meet that, you know, would be like, wow, I just met. I'll be honest. I think anytime I meet somebody that when I'm around them 100% makes me smile, I've met the person. You know, that's a person that makes me a better person. That's a person that when we look, Norm's one of them. I mean, whenever I'm around Norm,
we're starstruck on Norm.
I mean, when I'm around Norm makes me smile. He brings a happy environment to whatever he does, and that's what I need. You know, I know if everybody in chat didn't see, Eric and I celebrated our 1 year clean and sober 2 days ago.
Yes,
and that was a big deal for us. I mean, we had
Welcome to the club.
Oh, thank you.
We had no intentions of doing it at all. We never really talked about it, but another friend of ours who's probably not in chat, but Brandon Eldridge was one that little Brandon, you know
Super
who
good
Brandon?
dude.
Yeah.
Super good dude. Love Brandon.
He was the first to he came up here and told us about it. You know, I quit drinking and everything. I'm like, man, that's awesome. And they left and we got drunk. You know, they came to see us, they left, we got drunk, and it was probably a couple weeks down the road, maybe a little bit further than that. Then I looked at her and I said, I think I'm going to quit drinking. And she's like, well, okay, I will too. And that's all it took. And we have never looked back. We live right next to a liquor store pretty much. Back. And it doesn't interest us. I often make the joke, I'll get a fifth Fireball. She just looks at me. I was like, I'm kidding. Don't want one. So, you know, it's for, I did a lot of stuff growing up and maybe same reason you did, but I was always the littlest kid. I was always the, you know, short man syndrome, wanting to prove myself. But the only way I had the balls to do that was have some alcohol in my system, you know, that 10-foot tall and bulletproof thing. So even back as far as 14 years old, I was drinking. I drank more right out of high school. I mean, I was drinking a lot, probably like you. I was drinking a lot. Now, I wasn't doing any of the nose candy or anything like that because I know how I was with the alcohol. I can't imagine how I would have been with something, you know, like that. Thank you. But so we sat down and we decided we didn't want to do it anymore. And there is alcohol in the house, but it's for tinctures.
Yeah.
For little medicinal tinctures she might make.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but other than
I'm
that,
not anti that. And I'm also not anti anybody else doing what they want to do safely.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
the
like
same way.
I'm not gonna talk crap about anybody. You know, you do your thing. It's just not for us, you know, and we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna go back. I quit smoking cigarettes about 20 years ago now, 15, 18, 20 years something. I have no desire ever to go back to that, you know.
I don't do any of that stuff now. I don't vape.
You quit vaping too?
Yeah. I'll get down on a cigar. I get down on a cigar, get me an acid cigar or something like that. But nope. I gave up Marlboros in 2018. I got off the vape in 2023.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't do nothing now. I don't even like taking Tylenol, brother.
Yeah, we're like that.
Well, considering we're preppers, you know, we try to do everything natural. So we're eating stuff out of our yard to take pain away.
There you go. Yeah, so, I don't really, you know, since like last year, you know, it's, you know, and my personal life's been pretty tough the last couple of years, but when you're in recovery and you can't, like if somebody asked you, you know, if I was like, you know, what is your favorite thing to do? And you would have a response to that, you know, you would say, you know, ride my motorcycle or, you know, garden or whatever. To this day, I will tell you, my favorite thing I've ever done in my life is be drunk. I love to be drunk, and I am the happiest, funnest drunk in the world, but I can't do it. I can't. So when things get tough and you can't medicate anymore, what do? I started eating. And now I'm trying to dig out of that hole.
Yeah. It's a thing though, you know, it's so many people can relate, you know, they don't always know that that's what it is or whatever, but so many people can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to tell you no on food? You know, you have access to food everywhere you go.
Absolutely.
And your brain, you can be addicted to like anything, you know?
Oh yeah.
But
that's what I was doing. Just trading one for another one.
Yeah. That's what.
Get rid of one, trade for another one. Get rid of that one, trade for another one.
Yeah. It's just, you know, like for example, neither one of us, you know, we did it at the same time. We're obviously individuals though, but neither one of us wanted like NA beers. You know, we personally just didn't want any substitutes at all. Like no, like transfer of any kind, just stop.
I think with that, there are people.
That's a great subject to get on. I'm glad you just touched on that. I'd be curious to know what y'all's opinion is on NA beer.
I don't know. I'll
Sorry,
just
Chad.
tell you, like, I never loved beer. I never loved the taste. Is the taste what they're going after? Because I could see how your brain would react to that, but I never loved the taste. But I could see how you might be like, oh, well, that's still safe, so I'll do that. That's the closest I can get to it without it being.
Well, that would be like somebody that smoked going to vaping. That was their alternative from tobacco, was going to vaping. That's the way I look at that.
Well, when I quit smoking, vaping wasn't around.
True.
But side note, I just think vaping is probably way, way, way more dangerous than smoking cigarettes, and we just don't know yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like doing blow. You don't know what that shit's cut with.
Right. Especially nowadays. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know what's in that jar of crap we're putting in this.
And,
that's kind of what made me stop doing it. I'm like, I really don't know what I'm doing. What am I putting in myself?
Well, for vaping, to me, it's so dangerous because it's like candy. You know what I mean? It's so enticing for everybody. You got all the flavors. You got, just whatever.
And nothing is more manly than like, seeing somebody like me, and then you come around the corner, you're like, oh, the sweet, delicious smell of strawberry shortcake, and you come around the corner and it's me.
Well, I was going to say that
I smell cotton candy.
Our good friend, we call her our daughter, Maddie from Rip Rap Roadhouse, one of the bartenders there. She would always smell like cotton candy, and it was always like, man, it smells so good. I mean, what's it doing to your lungs? That was what.
Yeah.
But and then people have talked about the adverse, health reactions, like the popcorn lung and stuff like that. And they're like, it's like, yeah, it smells so good. Yeah, it's so easy to get, whatever.
Well, I think that was to attract kids.
That's bad. I mean, we just don't know yet. Not enough time has gone by.
Kind of like social media addiction. Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
Yes. That's
not wrong there, brother.
Yeah.
Not wrong there.
Yep.
Hey, V-Rex. We're happy to see everybody here in chat, by the way. And Judy, we've been thinking about you. It's so glad. We're so glad to see you back. I know I think you're still at the hospital. So, we just wish you luck with everything.
Jesse.
It
was funny because you always had that car in front of you. Like you could tell somebody was vaping because it looked like a train. All of a sudden, all the smoke comes out of the driver's side window.
You're putting Optimus Prime schlong in your face, and then you freaking and then you're freaking blowing off, freaking choo-choo train.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like the NA beer stuff. That gets to be. I've caught this a few times in my own personal experience where it gets to be a pretty controversial subject. And with sobriety, nobody's journey is the same journey. My journey isn't going to be yours, and yours isn't going to be mine, and vice versa for everybody else. I love beer. I love the taste of beer.
Okay.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I also love to be drunk.
Yeah.
I was dating a girl named Katie, who was a bartender. Now I didn't get this. I was probably this was like 19, so I would have been like this has been like year 4, year 5 of sobriety, and we were down in Tennessee at a con. And I think we were sitting at the bar in the hotel, and there was like they offered like a NA beer, and I was like, man, I'd be curious, man, but I was afraid of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was afraid of it because I'm like, would it, just make you want the real thing?
Mm-hmm.
And she said some words to me that completely changed my perspective on it. And she goes, baby, why do you think that exists? It's for people like you. And I didn't think of it that way. And I legitimately never thought of it, considered it that way. That was enough to make me try it. But I had to make sure it was a 0.0.
Right.
I couldn't do like a 0.5 or like, I won't even take cough syrup that's got alcohol in it. But like at that point, I couldn't risk it. Like, cause I'm an all-in kind of guy. If I'm going to do it, brother, we're going to do it. And I'm going to do everything.
I can remember being at Brandon's house one year, and Kyle was doing his.
Yeah, he was doing like I had concerns with, he had the spirits. He was doing the spirits.
Yeah.
And when he asked me about those, because he jumped into that real early in the game for him and his journey, I was like, brother, if you're asking me, I'm going to tell you it's way too early for you to be jumping into that. But I'm not you. Only you can make the decision. I didn't try an NA beer till year 5. You know, I wanted to make sure my feet were underneath me. Like I was confident. Like, you know, you got a better chance hitting the lotto twice on a Sunday than Norm getting shit-faced. It ain't gonna happen. And now, you know, and I drank one of those beers, and man, the second it hit my lips, I was like, brother, it's St. Patrick's Day, it's New Year's, it's Friday night, let's do some karaoke. Like I was right, you know, I was like right back, and it made me happy. But I did that one beer and I was good. And just that feeling of what it gave me, that was enough for me. It didn't entice me and make me want a real thing, but I didn't touch one for, you know, probably a year after that. Dude, now, I mean, I got a 12 pack of Mickey Ultra 00s in my fridge. I mow the grass, I'll drink a beer. You know, I get out the boys on the bikes, like Sunday fun day. I'll get out my brothers on the bikes. You know, they'll drink their beers, they'll do their shots, whatever. You know, I'll drink 4, 5, 6 freaking Mickey Ultras 00s, maybe a Heineken 00. You know, it's delicious. But again, some people are very much, some people have the opinion that they look at that and they insult you and they'll attack you and they'll go, you know, it's no different than methadone. And I'm like,
methadone's a drug too.
You can't compare addiction with addiction. Heroin addiction and alcohol addiction is not the same thing. It's not. It's not. You're that's a whole different, brother. I've seen alcohol addiction. I've done it. You know, I've done cocaine addiction. I've tried heroin. I don't like downers. I like uppers.
Well,
that's a different ball game. You can't contrast and compare apples and oranges. It's not the same thing. And to say that's like, you know, that's like comparing NA beer to methadone, to me, is an insult to people trying to be clean and sober.
I can see it. Yeah.
And like you talking about, you know, that you could pass away from alcohol withdrawal, you know, that tells you right there that the addictions are different. If you can't from any other drugs, that tells you there's clearly a difference between, it's not apples to apples. Yeah,
it's a whole different ball game. I mean, working in the adult industry, man, unfortunately, you see a lot of girls get messed up on that stuff. And man, I saw a lot of girls, you know, messed up on heroin. A lot of guys too. And to watch them go through that withdrawal, holy shit. I mean, you've seen it in movies and stuff, and I mean, that's one thing, but to actually see somebody go through that, it's not the same thing, man. That's an agony and a pain, and a physical pain that you can't compare. You can't, because it's not the same damn thing. It's not.
Right. I know. I'm so glad I haven't done any hard drugs. Like
well, what are you doing tomorrow?
So there are no regrets. Like I'm glad to be that blank slate. Like I would not trade that for anything.
Yeah,
I don't want to know what any of that's like.
Well, Norm, you were around that lifestyle, unfortunately, when you were, young DJ, hanging around with all the rock bands at X Fest, and
you just kind of it's kind of there, man. It's and people can handle it. I couldn't. It got the better of me. I can't handle it. I can't go out after work and have a couple of beers and go home to the wife. I can't go out on a Friday night and, let's have a couple of shots and whatever, or do a bump. I gotta have a quarter ounce of freaking cocaine and steal a car.
right.
I'm gonna get stupid. I'm gonna do it every day. I'm gonna go hard at it. I can't do it any other way. It's horrible.
Norm, you are the best when it comes to explanations.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a funny question for you. You gave me a new term on one of your Facebook posts. I've never heard of this version. We're completely changing the subject, okay?
Okay.
Would you like to tell everybody what a maypop is? That was golden. I loved it.
Was that really your tire?
No, that
was brother. Come on now, bro. Brother, I got a Dale Earnhardt tattoo, for Christ's sake. You think I'm riding around on 4 Maypop? Ain't no way.
Oh my God.
Maypop would be the term for a tire that has gone way past its lifespan and is no longer has tread and is long past a drag slick and is showing the internal components that hold the tire together and may or may not pop at any given time.
That's awesome.
Those are called Maypops.
I've had a few sets of those.
That's a slick baby right there.
That's a slick baby. You ain't getting far on that bad boy. She hydroplaning all the time, even when it ain't raining. Yeah, it's humid outside. You hydroplaning. We got that dew point coming back in next week. We hydroplaning. Keep your ass at home. Turn the AC on.
There you go, Pops. Pops said Maypop. Well, that's probably Maypop's been used in the South for 100 years now.
That's
old school, brother.
funny.
Maypop.
When I saw that picture and the whole thing that you posted was hilarious, but just Maypop was, oh my God, next level.
Let me.
Okay, Norm. What does Norm have coming up?
Is he gonna look up that post?
I can't remember what the hell I said.
Oh,
hold on. Let me pull that up. I can't remember what the hell I said. I think I was bitching about Jelly Roll.
You were talking about like the price of copper or something. If you can quote me the price of copper.
Boy, you got a buyer's hell. Just say, I think you were talking about price copper. Yo, not yo. Hold on, let me see here. I totally forgot about the Maypop thing. That's so funny you brought that up.
It's freaking golden.
Yeah, I was talking about Jelly Roll. I said, y'all can tell me every damn detail about Bunny and Jelly Roll, but you riding around on 4 Maypops and know the daily price of copper and scrap by heart. Get damn shit together.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, Virax. I was gonna say this last part.
Does Norm have a podcast or flat platform that we can follow to get more Norm? The world needs a whole lot more Norm Lilly.
I was gonna say I wanted Norm on this show because the world needs to know him. He's so cool.
Literally, we sit around. When we were in Dayton, if we ran into Norm somewhere, it wasn't just a conversation. It was what would you call it? It was you were there for hours. I mean, literally, you could
an evening with the shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans. Yes, And Mark Moss even says, "Amen. We need more Norm."
Yes.
Meeting Norm again, like I said, was I can remember exactly when you guys were playing at Bunkers in Vandalia.
Was it Bunkers?
Yeah, it was it was Oscars.
Yeah.
And we walked up and we were walking in and I heard your voice. Didn't know you, but I had listened to TUE and what was the other one? DJX? Or were you on DJX?
Yeah, we had that 10390X.
Yeah. And I heard that voice. I'm like, man, that voice sounds familiar. And I thought, I think that's Norm Lilly, DJ for this. And then you hop up on stage and start playing. And I think I asked Stevie later, was that Norm Lilly? He's like, yeah, it's Norm. So that's how we got. So then we went everywhere that Sons of Giants would play because, I went to school with Stevie and Mark Moss and Jesse Fugate. They were the three members that I knew. And then Norm. And I wish we could have gotten up to see your guys' little reunion show last year.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been awesome.
It was fun.
Was it?
I said, that playing with those guys is the most fun I've ever had playing music. It is effortless and easy. And every time I get on stage with those three guys, there is a magic that happens that I've never had with anybody else.
Nice. We can feel it in the audience. Let me tell you, it's the best.
I wish we could still do it. I miss the hell out of all those guys. Mark doesn't live far from me, but he's busy doing dad life these days.
I know.
Love him to death. I don't get to see him. I don't get to see any of them as much as I'd like to. Jesse moved down to Florida.
Yep.
I was down there last year and I got to see him while I was down in Clearwater for my uncle's funeral. And then, I got to see Stevie this week. I stopped up at bike night at Rip Rap and he was playing up there with the Ithaca boys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just said hey to him, but but you can't get enough of those guys. I mean, if I could still play with those dudes every weekend, I'd be doing it. That's the only way I'd be out gigging, if I could be gigging with those guys.
Oh, nice.
So what are you up to nowadays, brother?
About 370 pounds.
Oh God,
man, I've been doing a lot actually. So like the last year has kind of been a bit of a shit show, and I've learned a lot. If I'm being honest, things have been dark. I lost my daughter a couple years, in October, be 2 years ago, and that was kind of the downside for me. That was really hard and has been really hard. She'd been 22 years old next month. There's a saying my mom told me and still says it a lot, and it rings true to me all the time. You'll never get over it. You'll learn to live with it. And that's just the truth. So that was a challenge. The career that I was in and what I was doing, company I was with, I got out of the radio industry and got in the car industry and was pretty successful with it. I went to a local car company, working at multiple manufacturers, running service and parts departments for a couple of, big automotive dealers. Company I was working for did me pretty dirty. I can't really discuss that publicly yet, but it's coming. I think you could read between the lines on that one. Jesse, October, sure. And I had a foot injury. I started having issues walking, and I started getting treated for plantar fasciitis last year in January 25, and my foot kept getting worse and getting worse. Finally, about June last year, they did an MRI and x-rays and stuff on my foot. I had like 7 ligaments and shit that were torn, like 10, 11, 12 centimeters torn, and my heel was split. The bone was split, and I'd been walking on it that way. So they're like, okay, you're done. You got to be off your foot. So I go on disability. While I'm on disability, said job fires me.
They can't do that.
Need I say more?
Okay.
So, I had a very serious long-term relationship, and I've been at home, me and my bulldogs, trying to reconvene and regroup. One of the things that has always been on the table for me and has always been discussed is being a voice actor.
Hell yeah.
I have been pursuing that to my fullest degree.
Yes.
I built a full home studio, and I have been working with some really great coaches. One of them I've talked about a little bit today. Was my former boss that gave me a lot of opportunities when he didn't need to when I was younger in radio. He got screwed over by the same shitty company that we both worked for that screwed
Right.
me over and screwed my uncle over. iHeartMedia can suck it. It's the shittiest company in the history of the business.
Oh, they've killed radio, to be honest with you. I think they've killed radio.
They have 100% killed radio. They dicked me over. They dicked my uncle over and did my uncle dirty. They dicked my boss Kramer. They dicked him over years ago. They dicked over B-Man. It's just absolute bullshit. That is the worst company in the history of the universe. And I hope that everybody involved with that piece of shit goes to hell. That's yeah. Tell us how you really feel, Norm. Use your words. So, my former boss, when they shit on him years ago, he became a voice actor. He has been one of my coaches, and here we are, 20 plus years later in a whole different field, and here he is giving me another opportunity and helping me again.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a story in itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I actually start with a new voiceover coach out of LA. I'm pretty excited about it. The goal is to launch my company this year, and I'm all of my attention and focus and energy is based in that, and that's my goal. So my mission is I'll know I made it when I can support myself fully with this voice.
Aww.
The big goal is, I really want to get like, my dad left his mark, in bluegrass music and as a musician. I want to leave my mark in another way. Like I want to, if I can make it in a cartoon or a video game.
Yes.
And what I would really love to have, man, is that moment like where somebody wants to book me for a Comic-Con appearance so I can meet fans and sign stupid shit. Because I would be like Matthew Lillard. I would be like Trailer Park Matthew Lillard at a Comic-Con.
Oh my god!
Like I would be an idiot doing that. I would love to do that.
Well,
that's my goals, and that's where all my focus and attention is. I'm in the middle of making my debut album. I'm recording, writing, producing everything myself. My brother Tony is helping me with that.
Awesome.
With his record company, I Am What I Am. I'm an artist on that record company now. So I get distribution through that, and that's where my dad's tune and everything we have. That's how you can listen through all that through Spotify. It's all distributed through I Am What I Am. So that's been a huge thing this year for me. But I'm recording and doing all that stuff here at the house, and a lot of that stuff is like, well, I need this instrument. I need this sound. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. Well, you're going to have to figure out how to play it, stupid. So that's been kind of fun.
Wow.
So hopefully, sometime here, by the spring of 2089, we'll have a we'll have a Norm record.
I love it. I love it, Norm.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
And as far as the voice acting, dude, you've got the voice to do anything. I mean, That's how I recognized you that night was your voice. I mean, that's how much your voice sticks out to people. I know some lady told me I had a radio voice. I think I have a radio face, but she said, and I'm like, when I think of radio voices, it's Norm Lilly. I mean, that's what I've always said. Every time I hear your voice, that to me, that's, that sounds like the perfect. So you'll be perfect at what you do. Obviously, you work hard at what you do, and
I've been working my ass off. And man, it's been. And here's the best way I can describe this, and like describing this to like my mom and family and stuff, is a lot. And some other people have asked me, like, dude, why the hell are you? Why do you have to work with a voice coach and do lessons when you sound the way you sound? And this is the easiest way I can explain it: is just because you own Jimi Hendrix's guitar doesn't make you a good guitar player.
Word. Great analogy.
Oh, I have a great question for you. Ready? Morgan Freeman.
What about him?
He took I remember seeing a video about him like a year or two ago, and he was talking about taking voice lessons and how and it's like you can tell it was just really quick how he said it, but that voice is like no other. But how he says his words and how he was trained and just the little bit I heard about it, you're like, you can tell he found himself, with whatever voice lessons he took. It's just, he has that. I don't know if that's what he was going after or what's most natural for him to learn. You know what I mean? But he has that unmistakable voice. And obviously you're going to be doing probably different things, different jobs, different, so you'll have changes too. It's like a vocal coach, people sing a certain way, but they're going to have different reasons to sing other parts differently through different songs or albums.
It's been, I mean, so far what I've done with this and I've learned so far has been, I've learned a ton already. I was working with another coach out of LA for a couple of months this year. And then me and Kramer have been working together the last several weeks. And just those two differences with those two coaches were just night and day. And Kramer has been very successful. Like when they did, like when CNN did like the debates, the presidential debates, he's the voiceover for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and you can like look him up, like his GregEschmeyerVoice.com is his website. I mean, he's done a lot of national spots and I mean, he's been very successful. Working all those years in radio, and I did a lot of production stuff. I did a lot of commercials, did a lot of voiceover stuff. Just what I've learned this year made me regret 15 years of voice shit I did in radio going, I've been doing this wrong for my whole life.
Oh, yeah. How are you supposed to know?
No, I mean, it's seriously like, your mic placement and, talking in radio is, you're being this on-air personality and, me, I'm not so much, I talk like I talk. I don't really put like, the cheesy radio guys like, diggity diggity. I'm not that production guy. I don't work that way. The learning how to like bring your voice down and use your mic and get in on your mic. That's all new shit to me. And that's a basic thing that's there. Emotionally connecting to your script and not just reading it is it's been a ton.
I can see all that.
Yeah, it's been a ton different. It's been very exciting. It's been a lot of information.
I'm sure they also talk to you about caring for your voice too, and taking care and maybe
a little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah. I mean, how
that's your tool, other than the microphone,
Yeah, and that's a whole nother ball of wax too. You're looking at gear. You never thought about like, this mic is a workhorse. This does a little bit of everything. Then you got like, well, this mic does this, and this mic does this, and this mic does this, and And in some places they're like, well, you need this bike and it costs $4,000. And I'm like, well, I got this one. It costs $400.
Or you'll see, like, you know, I mean, for me, I don't see any of that stuff that you see, but like on music videos, and you'll see their setup and the microphone and like the thing that they have in front,
like the little net thing that's in front of the mic.
You know, it just I can imagine there's a big world of that out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. And, you know, processing your audio. And then, like, you know, a big thing is like, I mean, I've learned a ton with this, like, soundproofing your room was a huge deal. I mean, it was a lot of money. I mean, we spent a lot of money building the studio this year. I mean, like, I didn't want to have just like, if I'm going to be in here, I wanted it to be pretty. You know, I was like, I didn't want like just like a dark dungeon, you know, like, so you have like studio panels and stuff that are usually just a solid color, like up on the ceiling, like that's just a solid color panel. And
Are you trying to show us the way to the gym?
Yeah, brother. But like that panel's just like a solid color, right? And then I had it backlit with some LEDs because I wanted it to look cool. And then the ones on the wall are like, they have like abstract art on them. I didn't want like a solid color. I'm like, I wanted something on it. So, you know, if I'm going to be in here for 10 hours a day.
Oh, yes.
I wanted it to look pretty.
Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's, you know, it's been a hell of an investment, and it's been a lot, and it's been a hell of a journey. I've learned a shit ton. But I'm excited about it, man. I think we're going to get there.
Awesome.
I know you will, brother. I know you will.
I love it.
Well,
so hopefully, you know, we can do like a Simpsons or something, you know, make it big. Or maybe I could be the next SpongeBob, or be in the next damn GT. Maybe I can be in GTA 7 in 2091.
Norm, the sky's the limit with you for
Absolutely,
sure.
Man.
You can do anything you want to do.
You've already done a lot. I think you could do so much more too. So
it's been fun. My mom keeps telling me I need to write a book.
Yes,
I think we talked about, I think when one of the times we were with you in Dayton, we said that you needed to have a podcast, and I think you'd be great with it.
I thought about it.
Norm, you can never be bored. I know that. Like your stories and recounting them and meeting new people, there's no way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe at some point. You can't, you know, you run out of stories at some point.
Yeah, but that's why, you know, well, for this podcast, her and I were doing it by ourselves and trying to talk about things just with, you know, with our chat, you know, covering weather mods. And it's just her and I, and we had to do all the research for it on our own. We don't have somebody interjecting into our conversation, which is hard to do. So, you know, we started bringing on guests, and it's made things a lot easier, and we're learning more with guests.
I'm going to read this because Virax, I totally agree. My word, the world needs a whole lot more of this man right here. Wow. I look forward to shaking your hand at Comic-Con or whatever, wherever. You, sir, are an inspiration personified.
Oh, don't be getting me in my feels. Don't be getting me in my feels. I'm a big teddy bear, man. You get me falling apart in a heartbeat.
Yes, sir.
No,
I agree.
Big teddy bear. Well, thank you.
Awesome. Has anybody got any questions for Norm on what he does?
Yeah. So they cannot find you on a podcast yet.
No podcast.
If you ever want to just
so we were talking about this before we got on here, as I've been asked this a lot. You know, do I do a podcast? Have I, you know, et cetera, et cetera. No, I don't do them. I've considered doing my own. I haven't come to that step yet. I've considered it, but I'm not there yet. And I don't do these. This is the second one I've ever done. Like I don't do podcasts. So yeah, it's a rarity.
So if somebody's looking to find you, where would you recommend? Can you have is that your favorite page, the Norm Promotions. Is
So
that
so the Norm Promotions is strictly just for like my talent agent stuff. So with WWE. So anytime I have any kind of booking or I'm doing a Comic-Con or appearance with any of the WWE boys, that's where that information will be. That's the only thing that will ever be on that.
okay?
I don't do it a lot. I've kind of backed off of it over the last year, with my foot injury. I had a head issue earlier this year with my brain. I kind of backed off. I needed to get focused on me and my health. I blew up in weight being inactive. I was 422 pounds. I was 371 this morning. Been going to the gym, trying to get better. Nobody likes a fat Norm, trying to bring sexy back. I'm really hoping, that the rumors are true. For every 50 pounds you lose, you gain an inch of
Stop it. Personality.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So I that's been my focus on that. I know this weekend there's a big Comic-Con called Days of the Dead in Indianapolis. Really good friend of mine named Tony Hunter. I do a lot of business and a lot of shows with him. Some of our buddies are over there this weekend, including Jared the King Lawler, Lex Luger, and the Hardy Boys. I'll probably go over there and say hey to the boys whenever the boys are close and they come by. I always stop by, say hey, maybe go to dinner or something like that. So I'll probably go over there and say hey. So if you guys are up around in that neck of the woods,
I think we have. Well, they're not in here tonight. We have some Indiana people here, but I haven't seen them in chat tonight.
But Brian, I think the only gig this year that I'm probably going to do is Horror Hound in Cincinnati. I'm working with them right now about bringing some guys in there. We're just working out the fine details. That's in September.
Okay.
Hell yeah, Jesse. And in December, I'll be at Galaxy Con in Columbus, and we'll have some Hall of Famers up there. That's a massive show. That's a super fun show.
Very cool.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, that's like a national gig. So they do like, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 shows across the country. They'll do like Raleigh, North Carolina. They do Columbus. So they bounce around a couple states. But we always have, that's one I go up and help my buddy Tony out with.
Okay.
That's not my booking. It's his booking, and I just happen to be in the backyard. So he'll call me, hey bro, come tag in. You got it. And I'll come up here and hang out and work with the boys. We've been doing that gig together for like the last, 4 years or something like that. But yeah, that's probably it for this year. I'll probably take it easy. 2027, I'll probably get back in it. There's a really big strictly wrestling convention I did every year in Indianapolis called the Squared Circle Expo.
Yep, we've been there.
We went there.
Yeah, I did that for the first 5 years. I didn't do it this year because I was hurt. But I'll probably get back in with those guys. They're a good group of guys, and they run a hell of a show, and it's the biggest wrestling convention in the country.
Very cool.
So.
You said earlier on Spotify, I Am What I Am radio company. Is that right?
No, it's the record company is I Am What I Am Productions.
Okay.
That's the record company.
But you're going to be having things on there, right? At least.
Yeah, that's the distribution for me.
Okay.
But you can find me as Norm Lilly
on Spotify.
Yeah. You should be able to I think that's what it pops up as. Hold on, let me look. Now you got me questioning myself.
We're just trying to get you connected.
Yeah.
Everybody
if you look up Norm Lilly, I pop up as an artist, and the only song up there right now is the studio version of Once a Day with My Dad.
Okay.
Awesome.
By the way,
and then the live version is on YouTube.
Okay. We have one of our awesome people in chat. She's been in the hospital. She said that you were entertaining the nurses there.
I'm glad I was. Thanks for doing the job you do. Being a nurse is not an easy job.
Yeah.
Awesome. Norm, I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. If I'd have known this is only the second podcast you've done, well, first of all, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it is. It's 2 or 3, but I'm pretty sure it's 2.
I'll take top 5.
I don't do them. Yeah, I've been asked to do several, and I just I don't know why I'm that way. It's not like I'm like some diva Michael Jackson Prince kept secret and I'm all mysterious and shit. Like,
yeah, but you've been behind the microphone for a long time. Maybe you're just not. Yeah, you know.
Maybe I need to get one of those like half like masks. You know,
Oh,
to be
yeah?
all mysterious. Man, my hand. Why does my hand look so huge? Like literally covers my whole face, bro.
Oh,
Wow.
It's the
Old
camera.
Andre the
Perspective.
Giant hand. Old Turbo. It's terrible.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for being on here.
yes,
We
thank you
appreciate it.
so much.
I'm so glad our chat got to meet you. You've had
Mhm.
4 or 5 people, I think, subscribe to your YouTube, I believe, or your
Woohoo!
Facebook or some one of them. So you've got some new guests somewhere.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And that's
thank you.
why we do this podcast, for people to learn, and we want people to meet other people and
yeah.
learn about what they're about. And you seem to be pretty popular with this group. So
I don't know how you couldn't be.
yeah. I also want to say, if you ever want to just hop on out of the blue, I want to say something, give me a call. We'll hop on.
Bro, don't do that. We'll end up having a whole damn show talking about who God knows what.
What it is.
Here's a question for you. Have you guys had like the flying ants and mayflies down your way?
Not yet.
Bro, it's coming, son. It is like a biblical plague of locusts up here. Like it is crazy.
Well, I know when we lived in Dayton, I think I was in Michigan, and we had the mayflies came in, and I've never seen anything like it. Literally,
Bro,
they covered
crazy.
They covered every square quarter inch. They were everywhere.
They were everywhere here yesterday. Like they were.
Oh, wow.
People were talking about them last week. They were up like up by Lake Erie and stuff. Like up north by Michigan. And
I think
it poured rain yesterday, and all of a sudden, like a whole bunch of buddies were posted videos of them like with like blankets around their head running to their cars. They were like so deep outside.
It's horrible. They like, we were camping the first time I ever encountered them, and they were coming through, like we had a pop-up camper, and they were coming through every hole in the camper, and everywhere you walked, you had to keep your mouth closed because they'd fly in your mouth. So yeah, it's
little protein, brother.
Yeah. Oh, look at Gary. Gary shared. Gary's the #1 moderator in the world. Literally, he's on 30 some shows where all he does is moderate, and he shares. So there, he shared
thanks, Gary.
Your YouTube. That's Pops. Before you get going, I want to tell everybody, well, I guess Norm can go if he wants, but I promoted these last week. We have t-shirts now we are selling. We've had a few people purchase. If you're interested, give us the emails along the bottom of the screen. We also have a PO box now. Hit us up. They're $25. All the proceeds go back to the show, to buy equipment, to whatever we got to use it for. So it's to keep this podcast going, because everything we do is for us. This means it's for you, but
encouraging the podcast.
It's for the podcast. So
what sizes do you guys have? Do you have circus tent with sleeves?
Up to 3X.
Up to 3X.
What'd you say?
I said, do you have circus tent with sleeves?
That would be, well, I'm not going to, 3X. Yeah, we have it.
Norm.
But anyway, everybody, this is Norm Lilly.
Yes.
Follow him if you can. I highly suggest it. He's a great person, a very positive person, which is a big deal.
Yeah. Nobody cares. Who cares?
Nowadays, we need that.
Norm, I don't know if you've seen this. Add voiceover work to your YouTube channel. Then make business cards.
I'm not there yet, brother. I'm not gonna until you got to master your craft before you let people hear you.
I like that.
The last thing you want to do is put out dog shit People, you can't have people's first impression of you be fucking, or sorry, be
It's
a bunch of. You sound like if you're going to come out there, you better be coming out there swinging.
Good point.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the last thing you want is some casting director gets a hold of something on there that you could be the next SpongeBob SquarePants, but the first thing they get a hold of and they hear is that dog crap thing you put on YouTube. So it's coming, but we ain't there yet, brother.
Okay. All right.
Hey, you take your time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
do
hey,
your
seriously,
thing.
thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me on the show. I'm super happy you guys are doing this.
Hey,
You
thank
two
you.
are some of the best people I've ever met in
Thanks,
my
Norm.
41 years on this planet. I adore the hell out of both of you guys. I miss the hell out of both of you guys.
Yes.
At some point I will get down your way and come down to see y'all. And
We love that.
If you're in Tennessee for anything, Norm, if you're in Tennessee anywhere, give us a call.
Yep.
Actually, because me and my brother Dan, we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, as we
Ooh.
call it. So when I was 11 years old, I lived with my dad until I was 11, and I moved in with my mom. My first day of school, I met my brother Dan on my first day of school. So like growing up with dad in Miamisburg, I grew up in a trailer park, and I had like acid wash jeans and a mullet, and like Joe Dirt, right? Like Def Leppard t-shirt. And I went from there to like Bellbrook. And when I show up at Bellbrook, it's kids in like, Jinko jeans and collared shirts with the ball stud necklace and bowl cuts. And they're looking at me like, what the hell is this? And I'm looking at them like, what the hell is this? And the awkward, like standing in front of class, like, this is our new student. And I'm like, these are not my people. And then like, there's a couple empty desks, and it's like the scene on Forrest Gump, the kid's like, can't sit here. And Dan's in the back, and he's like, hey bro, you can sit over here. Me and him got kicked out of first period together. Me and that dude have been inseparable for 30 years.
Awesome. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so this year is 30 years ago that happened.
Wow.
So we were talking about going down to Tennessee and riding some motor pickles.
There you go.
So maybe we'll see if we can't make a little pit stop y'all's way while we're down here.
Yes.
If you go to Knoxville, anywhere around, anywhere in Tennessee, we can be there.
Nashville.
Yeah. So just let us know for sure.
Yeah.
Well, seriously though, thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for giving me a guest spot on your show. I really had a good time. And hopefully we can have some more shenanigans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
We love you, Norm.
We love you, Norm.
Love you
Take
too.
care of yourself, brother.
Yeah.
Chat, thanks for being here, chat. We will see you next week. We have Sweden Sasquatch. Our microphone's working, so we'll talk about UFOs and paranormal stuff. So that's right. Until then, we'll catch you all next week. See you, everybody.
Bye. Y'all.